this is all very good timing right now because there seems to be certainly a lot more awareness, right, of the gender pay gap and that women need to have more equality. I mean, you hear that also on the campaign trail. What did you make, just being that you are now, you're in this industry, what did you make of Jennifer Lawrence's comments?
I was so thrilled that she's this huge star. She's the highest paid female actress. And, it's Katniss come alive, basically, right. To inspire the rest of us to, demand gender equality. And, it's not just among actors, but among directors, which is why Gamechanger was formed. Only 7% of the top 250 grossing films last year were directed by women. 7%. Wow. That's a terrible number. It's worse than aerospace engineers and clergy.
Right, and there aren't only 7% directors out there, female directors.
No, there aren't. Right, in the independent world, it's 18%. In the studio world, it's 7%. So, as you get higher and higher in the rungs, that women just sort of whittle down, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, we have a quote here from Lawrence from that essay. She wrote it, I believe, on Lena Dunham's newsletter, where she said, quote, "I got mad at myself. I failed as a negotiator because I gave up early." So what are you finding yourself as you're in Hollywood and as you're trying to finance these films? I mean, do you find that there really is a bias?
There definitely is. I mean, financing is largely controlled by men, and I think that, men are more comfortable financing people who walk and talk like them, and I think that is probably the #1 reason why there are so few women directors is that the lack of access to financing, right. Which is why Gamechanger was formed, too.
So who are you getting financing from?
We're getting financing from a great group of social impact investors who care not only about the, seeing women, gender equality in the film world, but also are passionate about the arts and film. So,
don't you think, though, that with more platforms like Hulu and Netflix and Amazon, I mean, isn't that leveling the game a little bit? Aren't they more open?
They are more open, and however, a lot of them a lot of the ranks of the staff are being populated by old TV executives and studio executives. So right. I think they are becoming more traditional. But what those companies have done is open up the sort of content formats, you know? So there's been the rise of the limited series, for example, yes. Miniseries, and I think so there are more opportunities in episodic now than there were before.
Well, there are, and I find that, the women the actors who are getting more notice that they may have not gotten noticed before are more women, and that they're giving more chances to, like, let's say, Jane Fonda, who, of course, is iconic. Yes. But she hasn't been in a really big movie in a long time, but now she's on this Netflix series.
Absolutely.
Just quickly with some numbers, some hard numbers here. Robert Downey Jr. Guys, let's pull this up. He's the highest paid actor. I didn't know that, actually. I thought it was Charlie Sheen. $80 million. Jennifer Lawrence at $52 million. I mean, if you want to talk about Hollywood pay gap, it's right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because women are undervalued, not just on screen and off screen. We're undervalued as audiences. And more than 50% of ticket sales are attributed to women. Yeah, so I feel like there's this whole marketplace opportunity that's untapped, and women filmmakers are an undervalued asset, which is why Gamechanger was formed.
All right, great. Mynette, thank you so much for joining us. Mynette Louie, the president of Gamechanger Films.